very warm welcome to the channel dedicated to old school video games and toys. I'm Retro Ed. This is pickup video number 4. As always, as is customary, we will have some Game Boy titles in there for sure. That's a given, that's a guarantee. There'll also be some Sega games as well. And at the end, a couple of toys. I don't think we've covered any toys on previous pickups, so it'll be a bit different, a bit new. So we'll look at those towards the end. And before we start going through the items, a very quick shout out to the awesome Feed Me Chicken. And I saw on a recent video over the weekend, which absolutely had me in stitches. Feed Me Chicken and his son Zipper are embarking on a chicken challenge. I guess a gaming related chicken challenge. A father versus son battle with repercussions for the loser. So I think I'll put a little link to that in the description below. If you haven't seen it already, go and check it out. It just kind of sets the scene as to what it's all about. And I really cannot wait to see some of those tournaments taking place. Some really, really good stuff. Okay, let's have a look at the items. Okay, let's see what we got. So first up, we got Doom for the Sega Saturn. So it's like the 1997 version. As you can see, disc only, no manual, bit of a battered box. See particularly that rip at the top. But as if you watch some of my previous videos, I've got a bit of an obsession for Doom and Wolfenstein, so I tend to pick these up as and when I spot them. Probably not the best version of the game, but it still is, arguably it's still Doom. It was ported apparently from the PlayStation version, so I think that's slightly, perhaps, dare I say it, lazier approach has impacted the game a little bit, so it's meant to be slightly slower to play than the other games in terms of obviously frame rates, fewer music tracks, etc. And I think a bit of a geek fact, and I don't think it's noted on there, but apparently those screenshots are actually from the PC version as opposed to the Saturn, which is a bit cheeky. So we'll put that one down. Next up, and it's another Doom, but this time for the Game Boy Advance. So this one came 4 years after the Saturn version, and pretty much pushed the Game Boy Advance to its limits again, because that kind of constriction of hardware. It's a slightly shorter game, it's about 20 or so levels on this. It's taken out some of the bosses, but it's still pretty good fun. You can't go wrong with that one. Next up, Street Fighter Alpha 3, or 3 Alpha, never sure which way around it comes around, it should go. This is a cracking game. So there's like 37 fighters, which is more than more than most of the console versions. I think 3 of them were taken from one of the Capcom versus SNK games. But that said, with it, there comes a few little sacrifices because of the hardware, but smaller sprites, slightly less polished sounds, so the music tracks and the sound effects, but still worthy of a Hadouken, good old Dragon Punch and all that Street Fighter jazz. So look forward to playing a bit more of that one. This one looks fairly crispy and clean, but this is the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror. Again, I haven't played this one. It's a platformer, obviously, as you can see from the visuals on the back, and it's based on the Simpsons Halloween specials. And I think each of the characters, it looks like the characters get their own levels, and the graphics are pretty decent for the Game Boy Color. So you look forward to giving that one a go. Right, so this one, put on your wizard robes, dig out the 12-sided die, and play a little bit of this. So this is Dungeons and Dragons for the Mega Drive. 1992 game. I'll be honest, I was probably drawn in a little bit by the art and the art on the cartridge, as well as it obviously being a bit of D&D, but it's not meant to be the finest of RPGs. But I'll have a little look at that when I get the chance on the Evergreen list. Next up, this one's Kid Chameleon. I hunted this one down after seeing the top 5 Mega Drive video from the Game Shack, and I'll leave a link below to the video for that one. And it's an awesome channel. It's definitely a sub worthy. So if you get a chance, go and check it out. It's obviously it's in the name, but with this game you have to shift your character around to get different
abilities to help you kind of progress through the levels of the game, which, and I think it's some ridiculous, like about 100 or so levels, so that will keep anyone entertained for a long time. Another Mega Drive game. I'm going to completely pronounce this one incorrectly. Ginaug. For the Mega Drive. So this is a shooter. Some fairly good nick. So yeah, I've been really getting back into my shooters as of late. Been playing lots of like Felios, again on the Mega Drive, and also the Evercade version, which is pretty cool, and Axelay as well on the SNES. And this looks pretty good. Some of the enemies just look plain ugly, and they probably could have been drawn by, I don't know if you can see, but you know, the likes of Terry Gilliam, the little old Monty Python type things. Some of them look pretty ugly indeed. So it's 1991, and you play I think a bit of a pissed off angel called War, which is spelled WOR. So that's that. So this one, again, it's a bit different. So Guitar Hero for the Nintendo DS. I think it's one of 3 games in this particular series. Good old HMV. So yeah, it's a mini-me version of the original Guitar Hero, which I absolutely loved, and I had it on a few formats. I've still got my like Wii guitar. I had it on like PS3 as well. So yeah, interested to see if this one's any good. It's fairly innovative. It plugs in via the, I won't get it out of the box, but that, you just see it on the top. But that goes into the Game Boy Advance slot, which is on the original DS, and also on the DS Lite version. So that is the games. And then very quickly, just to pick up on a couple of toys that I've picked up recently. So yeah, a couple from the Batman line. So these are like 1989, 1989 Toy Biz line, both on eBay. This one's looks like it's never been opened. Obviously, it's the Cape Crusader himself. You've got an assortment of little weapons there. You've got the utility belt, bit of bat rope action, and I do like, it's pretty particularly clean. Bearing in mind it's a few years, 32 years old. It's quite a nice one. So I thought, why not? Something decent to display, and a bit different. And one of his nemesis was also going up for grabs, and that's the Penguin. This one was cheaper, as you can see. It looks like it's been opened and then, say, carefully put back. You can see it's not a line there. It looks okay around that piece, but not perfect. But still, it's in really good. It's in good condition. It will display pretty nicely. Do like the old the Penguin. He looks like he's linked back to the old the Adam West ones, as opposed to the Danny DeVito character in Batman Returns. But it looks pretty good. Shoots some missiles out of his umbrella. So I have to think about where the heck I'm gonna put them all, because I'm very, very quickly running out of space. And that is the lot for this week. And in the blink of an eye, pickup video number 4 is done. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you like the content and the items I went through. If you've got any views, I'd invite you to leave a comment, good, bad or indifferent, as to what you thought, if you played any of the games, if you own any of the games. I'd love to hear from you. And with that, I will close the video now. If you haven't done so already, please sub to the channel. Hit the little bell thing so you get notified of any future videos that I put out. I try to put out between 1 and 2 videos every week, depending on work and other unexciting non-YouTube stuff. I look forward to catching you next time, and all the best. Cheers.